Hey, Nixa Public Schools, Dr. Kopp here. And I wanted to share a little bit about some of the things that will look differently when our kids come back to school this year. Two of the main things we are going to focus on when our kids come back is sanitization for our hands and also physical distancing. And so you'll actually see one of these hand sanitizers in every classroom from pre-K all the way up to 12th grade. And so when our kids come to school, time to sanitize. When our kids head to lunch, time to sanitize. When our kids get back from lunch, time to sanitize. We are going to be encouraging hand sanitizing all day long. And hopefully that will provide a nice level of protection for our students. Another thing that will be a little different for our students this year is having more space in our classrooms. Our teachers and administrators are looking at ways to create space in their classrooms. They will be trying their very best to develop physical distancing in each classroom. However, in some places where maybe there are tables, you may see dividers or barriers that will be set up to provide another layer of protection for our students. So a couple of things, simple things that we'll be doing, but I think things that will have a big impact on keeping our kids safe. We believe that with all of us working together, this school year has great promise. And now your principal will share more information about what's happening at your building.
Well, hi there. I wanted to take a few minutes here to just let you know some of the procedures that may look a little different in Nixa Junior High this year. And I thought we'd do that just by going through just the schedule of a regular day and see what that looks like. So students are going to arrive to campus, and once they enter the doors, they're going to need to have their mask on. They're going to go to an assigned area, in which case they will sit with their first hour class, which will be different than what we've normally done. And we'll let students know what that area is. But our goal through most of the day is to reduce the number of contacts students have with people they're otherwise not normally going to be around. So you're going to see a change at the beginning of the day for that, as well as at lunch and then hallway behavior. Once they're at their location before school starts, they'll be dismissed to their first hour class. Again, they'll wear their mask on the way to first hour class. And once they get to class, at that point, it's pretty much a normal class. As far as wearing masks, we're going to follow current Christian County Health Department guidance at that point. We're going to look at the physical classroom size, the number of students in class, and the kind of activities taking place in class to make that determination. And we're going to do our best to space students out as much as possible throughout the classroom and during the day. After that, students will transition to their next class while wearing a mask. We are going to ask students to go directly to class, again, because we don't want them hanging out in the hallway just being around other students that otherwise they typically wouldn't be around. Eventually, they're going to go to lunch. That'll be fifth hour. And so at lunch, students are going to again sit in the commons by their fifth hour class. We'll space students out more than we normally do or more than they normally do. And again, sit with that fifth hour class so that they're around the same people. There is a chance that a few students will end up eating in the classroom, and we'll look at that and hope to do that by some kind of rotating basis. Again, just to reduce the number of students in the commons so that we can space students out as best possible. So from there, they'll go back to class, and again, at some point, the final bell is going to ring, and we're going to head outside to get in cars, go on buses, and walk home or whatever. Students will be asked to wear their mask until they get in a car with parents or until they're dropped off at their bus stop or until they leave campus. I'll just wrap up by saying, in everything, our goal is to keep students safe and reduce exposure as much as possible. Yeah, things are going to look a little different, but we still have the same great teachers that care about students and will do their best to make it a great year. I'll wrap up by saying thank you to our parents and community. We've received so much support from you all, and I really appreciate everybody being flexible and understanding during this time. I know it's going to be a weird year, but I'm confident that we're going to make it a great year.